everybody, welcome back to an episode of Small Engine Velocity and part 2 of Met Gears. Look at all these pieces. So where I left you last, I had taken it apart and I was going to go ahead and clean the swing arm, but I kind of came to the conclusion that there's no way I can clean this casing and everything without getting water and crap inside the gears. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take these pieces, I'm going to swap them in, I'm going to clean the surfaces, well actually, I'm going to take the parts out, clean the surfaces, and then I'm going to go ahead and swap to the new pieces, and then I'm going to go ahead and put the sealant, marry them back together again, and then after that, then I'll clean the case. I won't do a video on how I'm cleaning the case or how well I do it. I'll just show you that before I install it, that it looks clean and it's ready to go. So let's just cut right to it. Let's go ahead and get these things pulled out, the old pieces, and then make sure I remember how to do it, and then clean off those two surfaces, and then put it all back together again. What could go wrong, right? What could go wrong? I don't know what to do with my hands. All right, enough playing around, let's go. So one of the things I need to remember is, I mean, it's pretty obvious where these pieces go. It's pretty obvious where this goes. It's pretty obvious where this goes, right? And you can't put that in backwards. I just need to remember that this little washer bit, the little circles are facing down whenever I put this in. This is a little plastic washer that goes underneath this gear. Okay, so I mean, that's pretty much it. I guess I have to take this old seal out. Let me get a screwdriver. This right here is the new seal, and the old seal is in here. So I'm going to try to pull that out without breaking everything around it. There's a little spring. Oh, I wonder if this has the little spring. Yep, I didn't know that. There's this little springy thing. Be careful with that. It goes around the inside lip of the seal. Oh, I didn't see that in the guides. Alright, this is going to be a little bit hard to take out. Let me figure out how to take it out and I'll be right back. Okay, so with a little bit of force I was able to get that piece out. So now what I'm going to do is put the new seal inside. Now keep in mind, when I did all of this, off camera I went ahead, I scraped this with a razor all the way around the edge and cleaned it, and then I cleaned it with brake cleaner. And I can get this piece back in, pushing, and get it flush. I lost the spring that goes around the edge. There you go. The seal is all the way in now. Okay, so let's go ahead and put the plastic, wipe it off, plastic washer, put the plastic washer back in, facing down. So washer, gear, fits into here. Slides right in, goes on top here, on top of that plastic washer I just dropped in. Oops, slipped out. There, see? In there nice. And then, really all that's left is the giant, this, which goes here. Oh, wait. Gotta put this in first. Okay, so the original one, look, doesn't have like a ridge across the top. And then the new one has, see that circle across the top? So there's a particular order. You put this bottom gear in, then you put the axle gear in, and then you put this one on top because it has this. So you can't now put it down like this because it'll push it back out. So I have to kind of keep it at an angle so it doesn't come out. And that's pretty much it for that. I just need to make sure that when I put those washers back in, I put the washers back in, I put them in correctly and clean too. So remember, there was one with a bigger hole, not this one. The smaller hole goes here, the bigger hole goes here. There you go. And that's it for this part. Now on this, I just have to clean off the surface, and then I will bead the sealant, which I'll be using this, and then I'll put it on here. And there's a particular area that you'll put it in, but let me get it cleaned up first and then put the bead down for the seal, and then we'll go ahead and put it back together. Okay, so I put the seal around this edge, all the way around, halfway through here, not going across that, and then all the way up around here to get this. Now, I found it on the website. If you Google Met Gears on Honda Ruckus, there's a huge guide on there. I'll link it in the description below. Very good, very useful, but it shows you where to put the seal. So, I guess it comes time to connect everything together with miracle power. And it's backwards. So there's little notches that fit in here. Oh, sorry, can you see that? No, you can't. There's little pegs that stick out, and then obviously this gear that I just dragged across the ground is gonna go into this bearing on the other side. So let's go ahead and if that's even possible. There we go. It's all together. Two long ones. Can you see? Two long ones go here, the one at the top. Okay. Those are the important ones because those are the only ones that are different than the other ones. So put the two back inside of here. Then 1, 2, 3. And as a safety precaution, I'm going to leave this out, sticking out, so it looks loose, so that I remember, if you want to see a super fail, then don't remind me, but I need to put fluid in here. So there goes. Should this spin? Yeah, something went wrong. Let me pull it back apart. Dang it. Alright, fail. Let me redo the seal. Alright, here we are again. Let's put the... oh, it's backwards again. Put the two surfaces together. I learned this time when I'm trying to fit them, make sure it spins. There we go, everything is spinning. Gear ratio is in place. Put the long ones in the long holes. You can tell the two longest ones because they're the highest, like here's a flat surface. They're higher than that. They're way up here. They go here, and we got through here. 1, 2. We'll do the long ones first. All right, and it's together, and it's, oh no. Why does it stop spinning when I put it together? Is there torque spec on this or something? See, look, it spins. Okay, so maybe there's torque spec. We're checking for torque spec. Be right back. All right, everything I've read says to just use your hand muscles to tighten this stuff down. All right, I got to figure this out. Okay, so here's where I'm at. Remember this part? Remember I told you it had a ring or a flat part across the top that made it so that when you put this on, it had to be last? That part has a thickness equivalent to this washer. So whenever I had this piece in, the new piece in, with the washer, it was too thick. And whenever I would close it all up, there would be so much tension that this wouldn't spin. So I left the washer out, obviously, and now it spins freely. Is that correct? I have no idea. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave it as is without that washer, and I'm gonna go ahead and do some research on the internet about Met gears. So far I found nothing as far as the difference. Do I need that washer or do I don't need that washer? Yeah. So, I mean, now it spins. It's tightened down. Everything spins. The clearances are good. So, maybe the only thing I'll do is I'll probably take it apart again and then redo the seal. But I'll do that off camera. I don't need to do that with you guys again. So, there we are. It's together, it works, gear ratio is in. I'm gonna go ahead and take it apart again, clear off the seal, redo the seal, and then re-put it back together without the washer. Because I took it apart, and then I took the washer out, and then I put it back together again, and everything I've ever done says don't do that. You need to make sure that when you're marrying the surfaces together that it's got a fresh thing of seal on it. So, anyways, that's where we're at. Thank you for watching. The next episode, we should have answers. If we can't find anything, we're just going to go with it the way it is. And hopefully nothing catches on fire. But anyways, thank you for watching. And I will see everybody in the next episode.